It's good to connect with you all. My hope today is to leave you all a little more informed as to a topic that's right now ripe for discussion. And that's a conversation regarding back to school traffic, specifically in Kansas City, and why it is that August is typically a prime time for car accidents. As summer winds down and families across Kansas City prepare to return for school, one issue rises alongside sharpened pencils, packed backpacks. It's traffic. Every August, road congestion spikes as thousands of students head back to classrooms, and with it comes an uptick in car accidents. The back to school season brings a perfect storm of risk factors. There's increased vehicles on the road, there's distracted driving, there's pedestrian traffic, there's drivers who are unfamiliar with school zones, and whether you're a parent, a commuter, or a young driver, understanding why August is a high risk month can help you avoid collisions and know what to do if one happens. So first off, why is it that there's increased car accidents in August? One of the reasons is that school zones reactivate after summer. Many school zones sit dormant over summer, and once August arrives, those zones come alive with flashing lights, lowered speed limits, and children crossing the street. Drivers who've grown used to or accustomed to the normal speed limits may miss or even ignore the changes, resulting in rear-end accidents, speeding tickets, or worse, pedestrians being struck. In Missouri, the school zone violations can actually carry enhanced penalties. So even if you're not at fault for an accident, failure to observe school zone laws can affect your claim potentially. Also, there's more traffic during peak hours. Morning and afternoon rush hours in Kansas City grow even busier during the school year. In fact, in August, drop-off and pickup lines return, adding congestion around neighborhoods, schools, bus stops, and intersections near residential areas. Drivers are in a hurry. They may weave through traffic, ignore stop signs, fail to yield. And of course, these are all common issues that cause car accidents. Students walking or biking to school may also behave unpredictably, increasing the risk of pedestrian collisions. Now, teen drivers are also a risk factor. New and inexperienced drivers, many of them are teenagers, end up taking the roads back in August to return to high school. And some may be driving alone for the first time. Others may have passengers, all contributing to an increased accident risk. Limited driving experience, of course, combined with school year stress, distractions, and peer pressure can all lead to risky behavior behind the steering wheel. Also, driver distractions can multiply. Parents are juggling carpool duties, students can adjust to new routines, and commuters are dealing with busier roads. They're all sharing a common risk, which is distraction, whether it's texting, adjusting GPS, handing something to a child, or even just mentally reviewing the day ahead. Distracted driving is really a top contributor to car accidents in the Kansas City area each August. So, what are some common back to school accident scenarios? Understanding where and how back to school crashes typically occur can help you stay alert. One, of course, there's parking lot fender benders. School parking lot areas are crowded and chaotic. And low speed crashes involving other vehicles or pedestrians are common. There are rear end collisions, of course, near bus stops. This is where drivers may brake unexpectedly when school buses activate their stop arms. There's, of course, intersection crashes where students may be crossing streets or drivers make left turns without proper visibility, and this can lead to T-bone or side impact accidents. And of course, there's bike and pedestrian accidents where children walk or bike to school and they may dart across the road or come across designated areas. So, some legal considerations after a school-related accident. One of the things is there has to be a determination of fault if there's a school zone. Liability in school-related crashes, it can be complex like any accident. If a driver was speeding through a school zone, distracted, or failed to yield to pedestrians, they may be held responsible. Those may be simpler. However, there can be partial fault situations where your compensation may be reduced pursuant to Missouri's comparative fault system. And what that means just simply is that if you're found at fault, let's say 20% at fault, then your compensation may be reduced by 20%. There are, of course, accidents involving minors. If a teen driver caused the accident, their parents potentially can be responsible for some portion of it. If your child's injured, the legal process often includes medical documentation, potential school or district involvement, and liability evaluations. There's, of course, school bus and district vehicles. Crashes do happen involving school buses or district operated vehicles, which can introduce some legal complexity. Claims involving the public school district or government entities often do involve specific procedures and can have sometimes a shorter time limit for notice. If you or your child is involved in one of those types of accidents, it's really important to understand the standard insurance claims may not apply and different process may be required. So, what do you do if you're involved in a back to school crash? Whether you're hitting a school zone or if you're rear-ended in a drop-off line, here's a few steps to protect your rights. First and foremost, call 911 and report the accident. This always will create an official report and can be much better in having all the information in one specific spot in that police report. Document everything. Take photos, collect witness information, and write down what happened while it's still fresh on your mind. It can be difficult to remember days or weeks later. Seek medical care, even if the injuries do seem minor. Documentation matters, and symptoms can always develop later, so make sure to get some medical care as soon as possible. Also, avoid speaking to insurance adjusters too soon. You aren't required to give a recorded statement immediately. There may be situations where later you have to, especially with your own insurance, but these are things that we can counsel you through. Know your time limits. Missouri does have a 5-year statute of limitations for most negligence personal injury claims. There are specific situations where a city may be involved and it may be as short as 90 days. So be cautious and don't wait too long to address the claim. Tips for staying safe in Kansas City school zones. One is plan extra time for your commute. Rushing always increases the risk, and oftentimes aggressive driving is a result of rushing. Obey all school zone signs and speed limits. Fines and liability increase in the marked areas. Watch for kids always. Children can be really unpredictable near roads and buses. Of course, stay off your phone. Missouri hands-free law does prohibit texting and driving, and enforcement may increase near school zones. Respect bus stop laws. Never pass a stopped bus with flashing lights and extended stop arm. So, in conclusion, August marks more than just the return of school, where backpacks and class schedules are in hand. It also signals one of the most dangerous months in Kansas City roads. Increased traffic, distracted driving, and teen commuters all contribute to seasonal rise in accidents, particularly around schools. So, if you or your child are involved in a crash during back to school season, knowing your legal rights can be critical, and the next steps can make all the difference. We're here for you if you need anything. Give us a call if you need help. Thanks for tuning in.